Sports World celebrates the holiday season with an encore presentation of the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. You'll see the breathtaking performances of the artistic and athletic Scott Hamilton, America's sweetheart Dorothy Hamill, the precision and excellence of Ty Babilonia and Randy Gardner, and the grace and elegance of Jayne, Torvill, and Christopher Dean. Good afternoon and happy holidays, everyone. I'm Bill Macatee, and I'm standing in front of the ice skating rink at Rockefeller Center here in New York City. You know, earlier this year, I had the opportunity to be a part of a very special event here on NBC Sports World, the World Professional Figure Skating Championships from the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. It was a unique event because it brought together many of the top skaters from the modern era and gave them a chance to compete head-to-head for world professional titles. It was an event that received a great deal of critical as well as fan acclaim, so we thought we'd take this opportunity to give you one more look at the 1985 World Professional Figure Skating Championships. Joining me for the event along with figure skater Shelley was very popular figure skater JoJo Starbuck. JoJo is with us again this afternoon. We had a chance to talk earlier, but it's good to see you again.
It's great to see you. It's great to be back at NBC. You know, for those of us in the pro skating community, these World Professional Figure Skating Championships have become the most prestigious event. After a very successful Winter Olympic Games in 1984, these 1985 competitors have turned in some brilliant and very memorable performances. Among them, gold medalist Scott Hamilton.
And the one thing you can count on with Scotty, JoJo, is that he will bring the crowd into his routine.
That's right, Bill. I think that's the charm of Scott. That's the thing we all love about him so much. Look at this. He has brilliant technique, but aside from that, he has great humor, and he loves to have fun with an audience.
Now what's coming up, he's planned a triple Lutz jump. Beautifully executed. Triple toe ollie. Now he's planned a double axel right after. Beautiful. Scott is really the perfect example of textbook jumping. He's planned here a triple Zayak. There it goes. One more time, the third triple.
JoJo, am I right? This is a number he choreographed himself.
Yes, he had a lot to do with the choice of the music and the choreography, and I think it shows. This is Scott Hamilton's personality.
JoJo, how do the judges perceive something like that? Because it's so unusual.
Well, I hope they understand that this is the hottest thing going today, and Scott's made the most of it.
Scott's famous for these fast turns, and the audience loved it.
Hamilton, and a roaring ovation from this crowd of 17,000 at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. He looks pleased.
Now here in slow motion is that Triple Lutz. Watch him take off perfectly straight in the air and a very clean landing.
All right, let's go down to Ken Shelley, who's with Scotty.
Scotty, now you're a pro. How does it feel to be competing?
It's a lot more fun to skate for them than it relates to the judges, and that's what pro's all about. The competition part's fine, but I'm not competing. I'm here to really have a good time and to skate well.
For Scott Hamilton. 10. 10. 9.9.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. I'll take it.
10. 10. 10. And 10.
They throw out the high and the low, so the 9.9 won't count, and it's a perfect score of 50 for Scott Hamilton. And we'll be back. From 1980, Linda Fratianne. The reputation as a very solid skater. But JoJo, is she capable of that exceptional, larger-than-life performance that it may take to win here?
I think she certainly is. You don't get to be world champion unless you are capable of that. But remember, every single girl in this event has been world champion. So it depends on how they skate today.
Now at the Capitol Center and on the ice, Ty Babilonia and Randy Gardner.
Of the pairs competition, you'll see that while Ty and Randy are beautiful to watch, there is that great underlying strength in their skills.
Good example of how the rules or lack of restrictions in professional skating tend to open things up and allow the skaters greater freedom.
Ooh, that's a great example of how wonderfully strong Randy is. Watch, she doesn't assist him at all on the takeoff or the landing there. Position in the pair sits down. Gliding to a complete stop here in their Enid Bauer position. Oops, a bit of a bobble there.
Ty Babilonia and Randy Gardner. This crowd of 17,000 in the Capitol Center voices its approval.
Bill, let's look at this tabletop lift. How effortlessly he gets her up. She doesn't assist him with her arms at all. Look at the arch of her back and the extension of the free leg. They make it look so easy.
Ty Babilonia and Randy Gardner, a nice performance, but they'll have to wait and see how they stack up against our next competitors, the silver medalists from the 1984 Olympic Games in Sarajevo. And who can forget that moment at the Zetra Arena in Sarajevo as Peter and Kitty captured the hearts of America.
I think that was a celebration of all the good times and the bad times. It wasn't just victory alone that we had made it because it was just one happy, glorious night. We had a lot of hard years of work.
And that work continues today as professionals. So on the ice, Kitty and Peter Carruthers.
You don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs.
You hardly talk to me anymore.
And they're watching her friends and now competitors is Ty Babilonia.
At the end of the day, I remember when you couldn't wait to love me, used to hate to leave me. Now after loving me, let it now. Well, it's good for you, babe. You're feeling all right. Well, it just roll over.
be so natural. Talk about forever. What used to
They're
be
setting up now for a lasso left. There's a double overhead with a variation of no hands.
Baby, I remember all the things you taught me.
I learned how to laugh, and I learned how to cry.
Well, I learned how to love, and I learned how to lie.
So you think I could learn how to tell you goodbye?
Remember, in this artistic part of the pairs competition, they are judged more on how they perform. This is one of Kitty and Peter's favorite numbers, and I think we're seeing a very emotional performance.
When you think I could learn how to tell
Oh, a gorgeous throw triple salto, a great example of their strength.
you, don't say you need me.
And you don't sing me love songs. You don't bring me flowers anymore.
An emotional performance for the Olympic silver medalists, Kitty and Peter Carruthers. And we'll be back to the Capitol Center in a moment. We're back at the Capitol Center. On the ice now, Elaine Zayak at the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. And she needs a 49.1 to overtake Linda Fratianne and move into the lead with just one skater, Dorothy Hamill, still to come.
In this artistic portion of the competition, she isn't doing the athletic jumps that we know her for, but she is showing off a much improved style. You know, at age 19, Elaine has already had so many ups and downs, but I think the thing that we all love her so much for is that she's a real fighter. She's always very happy-go-lucky, and she always comes back smiling.
Elaine Zayak.
And she finishes her program with a beautiful position in this layback spin.
And JoJo, the crowd here at the Capitol Center has been waiting for this moment. The ice dancing team of Jayne, Torvill, and Christopher Dean. And who can forget their perfect scores? Part of the memories of the Olympics in Sarajevo, the 1984 world champions and the 1984 Olympic gold medalists.
And look, they're already creating the mood by skating to their starting position in character. Now, Bill, watch for the amazing strength and balance that these moves require. This is such an imaginative number, not just in the costumes and the music, but in the choreography. And and their ability to execute it is amazing.
Transitions. They seem to use one move to get to another move without making a transition to get there.
That's right. They never plain skate. They take one move and melt it into the next, effortlessly.
Talking about.
You can hear the crowd's reaction. Because of their success, these two have brought the sport of ice dancing a whole new level of public awareness. Professional competition has allowed them to stretch the parameters of this sport even further than they did in Sarajevo.
Well, you're right. Those cumbersome rules of amateur competition are gone for them. So as far as their imagination goes, the sky is the limit.
Here in the Capitol Center.
Watch this move they've created now. Although it looks very smooth, this takes tremendous strength from Christopher and from Jayne as well.
And now the scores.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10.
A total score of 50. Once again, perfection for Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean. And we'll be back. Bill Macatee along with JoJo Starbuck back now at Rockefeller Center in New York City, and we will continue with our look back at the 1985 World Professional Figure Skating Championships in just a few moments. Macatee and JoJo Starbuck back now in chilly New York City. And you know, when the Soviet expatriates Oleg and Ludmila Protopopovs took the ice earlier this year, you could almost sense in the Capitol Center that we were going to see something pretty special.
That's right, Bill. You know, by the time the Protopopovs had left the ice after both their performances last year, they had received a perfect score of 10 from every judge. Now, that's a first in professional skating history. So this year, when they took the ice again, we knew that we were in for an exciting encore. Now, in this performance, you won't see the speed and strength. Remember, he is 51 and she is 49 years old. However, they are miles ahead in artistry and completeness of every detail.
JoJo, they are in every way classic pairs skaters. Even the music, it's from the ballet, The Dying Swan.
Yes, Bill, and watch the swan-like character of Ludmila's arms, just like in the classic ballet. That is the perfect example of what a back outside death spiral should be.
First gold medal more than 20 years ago in Innsbruck, Austria. And after defecting from the Soviet Union, they moved to Switzerland. They skate competitively. Only once a year, they practice 5 hours a day, 7 days a week for this moment.
Are a most adorable couple to know. They are very disciplined, but also they are very romantic in their approach to everything, both on and off the ice.
She's my life, and she's my violin. She's singing on ice and out of ice.
Credited with refining modern figure skating was an American ballet master named Jackson Haynes. He dreamed someday of a marriage between ballet and skating, and perhaps this is exactly what he envisioned. Ludmila Protopopovs.
And in keeping in the character of the number, watch Ludmila's swan-like arms as Oleg sustains her over his head with one arm.
They throw out the high and the low, so a perfect score of 50 for Oleg and Ludmila Protopopovs. That puts them into the lead, and we'll be right back. Paul Martini from Canada, and they need almost a perfect score to overtake the Protopopovs.
Well, I think they can get that. They are skating flawlessly today. And now, as an example of the fine perfection you're seeing here today, look at the control and this back outside death spiral.
Barbara Underhill and Paul Martini from Canada, and now their scores.
10, 10, 9.9, 9.9, 10, 10, and 10.
So with that 49.9, Martini and Underhill went on to win the competition, beating the Protopopovs, and that was one of the real surprises of this year's competition. And on the ice now, Dorothy Hamill.
Doing most of all, romantic music in a romantic costume and lovely choreography by Sandra Bezic. Extension on that spiral. Oh, nice double loop jump. Dorothy they do.
Dorothy Hamill and this crowd of 17,000 at the Capitol Center acknowledges a fine performance. And that'll do it. That performance gives Dorothy the victory in the ladies' competition. And we'll be back with Torvill and Dean right after this.
People who meet fall deeply in love, but who ultimately, as you'll see, must say goodbye.
As you watch Torvill and Dean perform, it appears that they've almost created a new art form. Not quite ballet, certainly not traditional figure skating, a style that is very unique.
It's almost like they've transcended this sport.
Except for the occasional applause, it is so quiet in this arena. No moving around, no fidgeting. People seem mesmerized by this.
Here, of course, the painful realization that they must part.
final goodbye.
You know, Bill, the intricacy of choreography is this. Demands such great technical talent, which they, of course, are known for.
And now we await the scores for Torvill and Dean, the gold medalists from Great Britain.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
And that perfect score of 50 gives Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean the championship in the ice dancing competition. We'll be right back after this. So that wraps up our look back at the 1985 World Professional Figure Skating Championships. And once again, JoJo, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be with you, and it's good to be on this side of the ice for a change.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
JoJo, Dorothy, Lucy, and I will be around for the 1986 World Professional Championships from the Capitol Center, which you can see on Sports World January 19th and February 2nd. You know, over the last several years, sports